Okay, so far he covered the two levels, the perfect tzaddik and imperfect tzaddik. Perfect tzaddik is called tzaddik v'toiv loy because all of the evil has been transformed to good. That's why everything is good to him. He's also called tzaddik gomer, complete tzaddik, because his love for Hashem is complete and perfect. The imperfect tzaddik is called tzaddik v'ra loy. There's still some bad in him. It's called tzaddik she'einoi gomer. He's not complete because his love Hashem is also not absolutely complete, because they go one opposite the other. The more he loves Hashem, the more he hates the klippa. The more he hates the klippa, the more he loves Hashem. Hine, and here, behold, what page is that on? Tesvav. Just about in the middle of the page.
About 12, 14 lines down.
14 lines down, a little lower than the middle of the page, okay. Hine, and here, behold, Madrega Zu, this level that we just discussed now, which is which? Perfect or imperfect?
Perfect.
Imperfect tzaddik. One that's not complete, and the one that's called tzaddik v'ra'aloi. This level, mischalekes, divides itself, l'revavois, to myriads, madregas of levels. Myriads means tens of thousands of levels. Ribu is 10,000. Revavois means many times 10,000. Thousands and thousands of levels. In what sense is it measured? So many levels. Be'inyan, in the matter. Bechina as the aspect. Miyut, of the minuteness. Hara, of the evil. Hanishar, that remained. In other words, what kind of evil remained? We say there's a little bit of evil left in him. What kind of quality of evil is left in him? This little bit that's left in him, what character is it? What quality is it? Me'achas of one, me'arba yisoidois, of the four elements, haroim, the evil ones. Everything comes with these four evil elements, if you remember. Fire, air, water, and earth. On every level there is these four elements. So what kind of evil, what quality of evil is left? This little bit of evil, what kind of quality of evil is left in him from one of the four elements, evil elements? In that there could be thousands and thousands of levels. And not just quality, but also quantity. Ube'inyan, and in the matter, bituloi, of its nullification, b'miyutoi, in its minuteness. How small is it? How little is left in evil in him? You say it's nullified. To what extent? Either b'shishim, in 60, meaning 1/60th of evil is left in him. Al derech mashal, by way of example, like we have in the concept of kosher foods. Sometimes you have something which is 60 times as much becomes nullified. So you can have the evil being 1/60th. Therefore, since there's 60 against it, it kind of subdues it, nullifies it. Not that it's not there, but it's completely subdued. It becomes like almost insignificant. So that's how we measure also the imperfect tzaddikim. How much of this evil, in quantity, how much is left? Is it only 1/60th, for example? Or be'elef, or 1/1,000, 1,000, 1,000th, urevava, or 10,000, ukayetze, and the like. Al derech mashal, by way of example. In other words, you can have a little bit of evil left over, 1/60th, 100th, 200th, 1,000th, 10,000th, but it's still there. As minute as it is, it's still there. That's what makes him imperfect. Still some evil left in him. So because this is how we measure what quality of evil is left in him, this little bit that there is, and how little. So in that, there's thousands, tens of thousands of levels, myriads of levels. The hain, and these are, it's an expression. And they, like you say, but these are, is the way we translate it. And they and these levels, these thousands of levels, Bechinas is the aspect. Tzadikim harabim, the many tzadikim. Shebechol hadoyres, which are in all generations. It says in all generations there's thousands of tzaddikim. Which level is that? The imperfect tzaddikim. In that there can be thousands and thousands of levels, measuring the quality and quantity of the evil that's left in them. The Isa, as it is brought down, the Gemara and the Gemara. Gemara says, the Tamnesar, that 18, it's Aramaic, Tamnesar, that 18, Alfei thousand tzaddikim, 18,000 tzaddikim, Kaimei, stand, Kamei, before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy and Blessed be He. So from here we can see there are thousands of levels, thousands of tzaddikim. The Gemara presents one situation, there's 18,000 tzaddikim standing before Hashem. I think it means in each generation. But in any case, from this expression is implied there's a lot of them, a lot of tzaddikim. These are the imperfect ones. Imperfect tzaddikim, there are thousands and thousands of tzaddikim like that. But on or concerning Mailas, the quality of tzaddik gomer, the perfect tzaddik, the complete tzaddik, who this is Sha'amar, that he said, Rashbi, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, the Rashbi said about perfect, complete tzaddikim, he said the following statement. That's a quote of the Rashbi. Roisi, I saw B'nei Aliyah. It's called people of up on high, in other words, a very high level of people. B'nei Aliyah, literally B'nei means children, but it doesn't mean literally just children. B'nei Aliyah means those of those elevated people. They're called the B'nei Aliyah, and we'll give two reasons why they're called B'nei Aliyah. I saw the B'nei Aliyah of the Haim, and they are muatim, few, chuli, etc. He boils it down to two or even to one. That's how few are the perfect tzaddikim, which are called B'nei Aliyah, the higher people. Why are they called B'nei Aliyah? Shulachain, which therefore, Nikroim, they are called B'nei Aliyah, by this term B'nei Aliyah. Aliyah means to rise, right? The elevated people. Shemahapchin, because they transform Hara, the evil. They transform the evil to good. Umalim, and they raise Oisai it, Likdusha, to holiness. That's why they call B'nei Aliyah, the people of on high, because they take things down below, of evil, transform it completely to good, and raise it up to holy, make it holy. That's one reason why they're called B'nei Aliyah. And such people are very few. K'di Isa, as it is brought down, B'zohar, in the Zohar, B'agdama, in the preface of the Zohar, introduction, brings the following: Shekisharatza, that when he wanted, when he wanted, who wanted? Rabbi Chia, it's the name of a sage. Rabbi Chia wanted Lalo is to rise, to go up, Leheichal, to the chamber. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, the heavenly chamber of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai, wanted to enter there, wanted to go up to that chamber. Shama, he heard. These few lines are all Aramaic, from the Zohar. Shama, he heard. Kala, a voice. Nothing that came out of the chamber of the Rashbi, of the Rabbi Shimon Yochai. Nothing came out. The Omar and said, this is what the announcement was. This is the voice, said the following: Man, whoever min chayin of you, any of you, meaning anybody, that chashoicha, darkness, Mehapchon, transform l'nohira to light. Whoever transformed darkness to light, any of you, the darkness that has transformed to light. V'ta'amin, and the taste, merira, of bitterness. The word transform here is implied. And the taste of bitterness, limiska, to sweetness. In other words, they transform darkness to light and bitterness to sweetness. Ad, until lo yesun hacha, until they came over here. In other words, if anybody of you that did this prior to coming here, ad lo yesun hacha, until you came here, etc., are able to enter. That was the announcement. Before entering the chamber of Rashbi, that was the announcement. Whoever of you did this job, this work on earth, to transform darkness to light and bitterness to sweet, prior to coming here, then you can enter. In other words, what do we see? That what's the level of Rav Shimon Yochai, which are called the Bnei Aliyah, that they transform evil to good, they transform darkness to light. That's the great level of the Bnei Aliyah. Whoever did that belongs in that chamber, is able to enter that chamber. So that tells us what the tzaddik, perfect tzaddik is. He transforms darkness to light. And it's obvious that such people are very few. And now in the bracket is going to give us a second reason. It's not a bracket, sorry. A second reason why they're called Bnei Aliyah, and I think that will leave for...
Would the incomplete tzaddik be transforming it at all?
Say that again?
Would the incomplete tzaddik be transforming?
Yes, yes. He only has a minute evil left in him. So obviously most of it he transformed, but not completely. This has to be only completely. Chamber Rashbi is only those who have done this in complete job.
What about concerns outside of themselves?
I'm not going to say.
I was reading this differently, I guess. I was. Never mind, actually.
I'm not sure what your question is. You want to clarify?
I was thinking there's two different things: if they're transforming themselves, and then if they in fact transform other things. But it's themselves.
Everything, themselves, and everything around them.
Right, right.
There's plenty inside us to transform. Once you transform your inwardness, then you can transform everything you come in contact with around you, which is part of our job. Okay, we'll stop here.